Moving right along in the Leisure, Sports, and Tourism unit. In this video, I'm going to talk about Leisure 1B. So if you click on it, you can open up your packets to Leisure 1B. Leisure 1B would have you discuss the influence of accessibility, changes in technology, and affluence upon the growth of leisure, sports, and tourism. Let's just highlight these things here first of all. So the first thing is accessibility. Second thing is changes in technology, and the third thing is affluence. A couple of points that I'm going to make straight away. Accessibility has to do with the internet. So because it's gotten so much easier to book online, to do research, to social network and talk with friends, the internet has made tourism a lot more accessible these days compared to what it was in the past. And that, I think, is probably one of the most important things to remember, that the space-time convergence between the internet or as a result of the internet has made our Earth smaller, in the sense that it's easier to move information and people from one point to another. So for example, if I needed to set reservations, or if I needed to provide information to the resort, I can do it over the internet, whereas before I'd have to call, and if I couldn't call, maybe I'd have to send a paper letter using snail mail. And so the internet really has blown the roof off of tourism. It's made it much easier and has aided primarily to the growth of tourism. Okay? The second thing is changes in technology, and what that means, and again I talked about the space-time convergence in our shrinking world, what that means is that it's gotten much easier to travel by airplane, so airplane, by bus. Buses have gotten more efficient and more effective. Train travel, bullet trains are more popular now. Trains are, light-speed rail are going in cities all over the world. So the changes in technology have had to do primarily with transportation changes. Finally, affluence. There's two things here. People are getting richer, so I would say more money, and also not only more money, but dual incomes. Dual incomes. And what that means is the male and the female in the family are both making money, and so they can contribute to the vacation or whatever they're going to end up doing. Okay? So if we scroll down here, you can read the information yourself. This is a really interesting article here, because the packet is asking you to add onto the chart. So if we were to predict the direction that these things would go based on what you see, it would be something like this. So for 2011, 12, 13, 14, along the lines here. Alright? But once you read this article, and I can click on it now, and I'll show you exactly what is going on in the article. Once you read the article, you find that it's not as you would predict. And what I mean by that is, although tourism is growing, let's make no mistake, tourism definitely is growing. If we scroll down here, you can read right here, it talks about how the industry is changing and that passenger growth is expected to slow. So even though things are moving quite along quite rapidly, there are still changes that are taking place that don't quite fit the overall trend. And again, the overall trend is that air travel is increasing. So the overall trend, oops, let me erase that. Okay, the overall trend is that air travel is increasing. It's going up. However, if we read the article, it's a bit deceiving because due to many factors, one being price of jet fuel, another being the competitive nature of the low-cost airlines, and a couple others, the article is telling you that eventually, or within only a couple of years, these are going to start stagnating. So these airlines aren't going to make as much money. They're not going to grow as much as it says, basically through the trend. And so you have to make sure that you read these articles carefully and with a critical eye. Okay, so I'd like you to do that. You can read here the accessibility and technology that I talk about. So websites such as TripAdvisor, Expedia, and To Go Travel, which is a way to book your ferry reservations in the Philippines. These have all made life much easier for people and have contributed to the increase in tourism. And so again, the overall trend is that tourism has increased over time. Okay? Down here, I'd like you to do this activity where you're booking or you're not booking, but you're looking at how much it would cost to take an overnight ferry to Boracay from Batangas, stay in a 3-star hotel for one night, and fly back to Manila on Sunday. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to have the ferry price. I'd like you to have the hotel price. Oops. Let me just erase that. Okay. The hotel price, and then also the flight price. Okay, and it's kind of fun to see how much it would cost, and then let's see in class who comes up with the lowest price. So we'll add all those together. Finally, I'd like you to answer this question: explain why leisure activities have increased worldwide in the past 50 years. And obviously, the answer has to do with technology, affluence, and accessibility. Okay, so if you can write a couple of sentences about those three things, going into detail for each one of these, you're going to end up with 4 marks. And so I'd like you to write that right here. And that's pretty much it for this subtopic. So I hope this helps. Technology in the way of improvements in air travel, and affluence, having more people making more money, generating greater wealth, and having disposable income as well as dual incomes, both people in the family, the male and the female working and making money, being able to spend money on tourism. And then finally, accessibility. Again, the internet has made it incredibly easy to book airfare, to book accommodations, to reserve hotels and other things, to communicate with people, and it's shrunk our world more than I can even fathom. So I hope this helps, and thanks for watching.